Today's address to the graduating class will be given by an exceptional and very wise man. He is well known to the members of the class of 2017, many of whom who have had him as a teacher, coach, advisor, or mentor. However, those who have not had the pleasure of meeting Sam Simmons, he is a man who has dedicated his life to helping build educated, resilient, and thoughtful young men. Boys who embody core values that make them the sons, brothers, teammates, husbands, fathers, and neighbors we adore. Men of character who make our families, or make our schools, and make our communities better and stronger. Sam was born in Minneapolis, where he was introduced to a lifelong love of skating and hockey. And nothing makes him smile more than the sight of black ice on a frozen pond. Prep school and college in Vermont followed, and there he developed a love of literature and writing. Anyone who has ever received a note from Sam, a postcard, a letter, knows the care that he takes in his prose. It is an art form. After graduation from UVM, Sam took a job teaching English and coaching hockey at Bellows Free Academy in St. Albans, Vermont. A few years later, he returned to his alma mater, South Kent School, for 20 years. And there he was Mr. Everything, teacher, coach, mentor, dean. And then in the winter of 1998, Salisbury headmaster Dick Flood placed a call to Sam, inquiring as to whether he would come to the Hilltop and serve as our associate headmaster. And thankfully, Sam accepted. And so he began another 20-year journey here, helping two headmasters steward this wonderful school community. And in his time with us, Sam has been one of the most influential adults on this campus. At his core, he is a teacher. Whether in the English classroom, talking about baseball literature, in the rink, in his office, or at his dining room table, he has so much wisdom for us to absorb. He is a dear friend and a trusted confidant, a constant source of fairness and good sense. And today's graduation ceremony is his last as a faculty member at Salisbury School. What a loss for us all. But Sam is ready for the next chapter of his life, and with plenty of gas left in the tank, he's on to other great adventures. We will miss him dearly. Thankfully, he has spread his wisdom around generously, including providing the prep school world with two exceptional aspiring master teachers, daughters Molly at Phillips Exeter and Catherine at Berkshire School. Ladies and gentlemen, I ask you to rise and salute to our speaker, Mr. Sam Simmons.
Well, good morning. The other day, as I was taking paintings, photographs, and other framed memories off the walls down at the house, I came to the bulletin board that hangs in the corner of the kitchen. Behind the 2017 calendar, behind the doctor and dentist appointment reminder cards, behind never-ending to-do lists, behind the perpetual birthday calendar, and reminder notes attached where I can see them, I found a big sheet of red instruction paper, upon which is printed, there are only two things we can give our children. One is root, the other wing. These words have been a part of our family for as long as I can remember. Uncomplicated, straightforward. 16 words. A statement of how we have tried to raise our 4 children, as well as how I have attempted to go about this business of schooling for the past 45 years. The earliest evidence of a strong match in the quote located by my source was published in 1953 in a book entitled Where Main Street Meets the River by Harding Park, newspaper editor. The expression was credited to an anonymous wise woman. Carter wrote, a wise woman once said to me, there are only 2 lasting bequests we can hope to give our children. One of these, he said, is root, the other wing. And they can only be grown, these roots and these wings, in the home. I would add that we might also want to consider a place such as this one, Salisbury School, as a home. Carter continued saying, we want our sons' roots to go deep into the soil beneath it and into the past, not in arrogance, but in confidence. Some of you in the back will recognize the name John Connolly. Remember, he was the governor of Texas who was riding in the car with President John Kennedy in Dallas on November 22nd, 1963. Like Kennedy, Connolly was also shot, but he survived the wound and lived for another 30 years. In his 1993 memoir, published just months before he died, Connolly wrote that he liked that Bruce and Wayne quote, and remembered his own family trying to live by it. He went on to say, quote, my parents had truly given me the former, Bruce, and next were making the most difficult gift a mother and a father could provide, the gift of wings. And not surprisingly, an anonymous parent has offered these thoughts. Quote, this Bruce and Wings quote, is an important, and many of us struggle with the concept. I admit sometimes I hold on too tight to my boys, but I do want them to become independent and self-sufficient while also maintaining love for their families and compassion for others. I cannot help but come back to that old stained piece of red paper full of holes poked by tacks over and over through the years. And its simplicity. There are only two things we can give our children. One is root, the other name. The more I thought about the similarities that swirl around the idea of raising our own children and about teaching in a place like Salisbury School, the more I zeroed in on you 89 sixth formers sitting in front of us this morning, your last morning at Salisbury. Each one of you has deep, deep roots at home. Most of those people who established those roots for you are here today. And I doubt it will be very much of a surprise to recognize the roots you have underneath you here at Salisbury. A few are chapel roots, the dulcet tones, the bells in the steeple, the gift of that communal quiet at the beginning of our Tuesday and Friday services as we transition from arriving over there to being over there. The support and confidence and respect you have and provide for those who chose to speak in the chapel, to share their stories. They're very personal, they're very private stories. Reverend Hall's benediction is iconic benediction as we head off to our first period classes, reminding us oh so eloquently about the relative shortness of our lives, the hope that we will gladden the hearts of our fellow travelers, and realize we are blessed as we move forward. There are buckets of academic roots which will allow you to continue to grow as writers and mathematicians and scientists and historians and artists and teachers and who else knows what. There are athletic roots which will allow you to compete at the next level and to try new, unfamiliar physical endeavors and challenges. Social roots that will mean you will continue to support and share our brothers, as well as the biological brothers and sisters around you now. There are relational groups with teachers and advisors, coaches and mentors. And there are place groups that you've gotten so accustomed to as you move around this campus. The sun shining through the trees in the east every morning, the light reflecting on the buildings, the windows, the lawns, the fields, the dragon, the nights, the mountains looming to the north. The weather rolling in upon us every 10 or 15 minutes. Just wait. Standing on the Carl Williams Terrace to watch the sun setting behind the Taconic, the spectacular stars awash the sky overhead, and the light before. All of this is terrific. It really is. These roots are essential to support us, to support it, to support who it is we are, who you are. They are there for a purpose, or at least I'm convinced of that. The strength and depth and resilience of these roots are there to allow you to launch, to spread and beat your wings, to soar. As natural beings, you're bound to outgrow your homes and nest of your youth. You've gone through the necessary stages and you are ready. In a few minutes, each of you will receive a crimson leather envelope with a diploma tucked inside. This will represent the fact that you have arrived at this point. And quite frankly, you've outgrown this place. And you are about to be expected to dive off that precipice to reach for the next branch, next challenge. It is almost time for you to leave the top of this windy old hill. The challenges that have been put in front of you, nothing. There are other hills to climb, other ponds to cross, other paths to navigate, and other courses to complete. But you will always have your roots at home and here at Salisbury. And it is almost time to use those wings. Good luck, gentlemen.